There are some big games coming out this month in Resident Evil 8 and Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and we have comparisons on how these games are going to run on the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. So Resident Evil 8 is out today. I will be streaming it, so make sure to tune in for that. But we have comparisons on how these games run between the Series X and the PlayStation 5, as well as how it runs on the Series S. So starting off with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X with no ray tracing on, they both run at a near locked 4K 60. And then you see the difference here with ray tracing enabled. They both run at 4K 60, but there are more dips in the frame rates for the PS5. Now with the Series S, no ray tracing, 1440p 60 with ray tracing, 1440p 30 with dips in the frame rates. So the Series X is the better performing version with that ray tracing enabled, and this is not surprising. The Series X is the more powerful console with a more powerful GPU, and ray tracing is very taxing on GPU, so it's going to be able to handle ray tracing better. And I believe we're going to see this as the norm as we move through this generation, where games are going to perform better with ray tracing on the Series X, especially after developers just get more hands-on with the GDK and the games are optimized better using all of the features that are going to be available within the Series X GDK, all of the fidelity FX stuff, machine learning, all that kind of crazy stuff. The Series X version for third-party games is always going to be the best version. On top of this, if you have a display supporting VRR, you turn that on, you're not going to notice any of those frame rate dips. But VRR is only available on the Xbox and it is not currently available on the PlayStation 5. Now, where the PS5 does have an advantage, however, is with loading time. So the PS5 loads 7 seconds faster than the Xbox Series X, and the games actually load in different ways. So when you hit your load file on the Series X, it'll take the 8 seconds, and then you'll have to hit A to enter your game. With the PS5, you hit the load button, hit the load file, it'll just load instantly right into the game after 2 seconds. Now moving over here to Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and this is where there is a way bigger difference between the versions of the games. So starting here with the PS5, it runs up to 60 at 4K in favor quality mode and 60 at 1440p in favor frame rate mode. On the Series X, it runs at 60 at 4K in favor quality and 120 FPS at 1440p in favor frame rate. And then the Series S runs at 30 FPS in 4K in favor quality and 60 FPS at 1440p in favor frame rate. So there are two big things here. One, the Series S in favor frame rate is on par with the PlayStation 5, which is absolutely crazy. And then the Series X, you're getting that 120 frames per second in the frame rate mode. Now, this is a big difference, I think, and I think this is something that is a trend right now that we are seeing with these next generation consoles, where the Series X is able to push that 120 FPS in a lot more games than the PlayStation 5. This is an article here from Eurogamer, and I don't even think it's fully updated, but if we look at the full list of 120 FPS games on the PS5, it's relatively short. And then you go through the Series X games, and there are so many more games that have that 120 FPS support. So no matter how you look at it, the Series X version, if more games have this 120 FPS in the frame rate mode, that is going to be a big advantage for third-party games going forward. And I think it will definitely sway a lot of people who have a display that is 144 hertz, 120 hertz, mainly monitors. They're going to want to be picking up those Series X versions of the game. And then again, the Series S, I mean, that's pretty insane that 60 FPS, 1440p, it's on par with the PlayStation 5, a console that is significantly more powerful and more expensive. So I'm very impressed with the Series S version here. So there you have it, 2 new games coming out this month that are going to perform better on the Xbox consoles. And again, the Xbox console is the more powerful console, and I think we'll continue to see this throughout this generation. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Are you going to be playing Resident Evil or Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and which version of the game are you going to be getting? Thank you guys all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and you like what you see throughout this video, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button to help this channel grow and upgrow this community so we can have great conversations in the comments below. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.